What's going on, YouTube? Jeremy D. Glass here, aka I'm motherfucking drunk, y'all. And today, bringing another drunken review on a restaurant. Today we are talking about. I can't even remember the motherfucking name right here. Give me a minute. I'm back. Roma's Italian Food and Pizza. I had to go look at my tasting notes of it. Now, this is a little Italian place here in Kermit. It's right across the street from the courthouse if you don't know where it's at. It's kind of hidden. But they do got a decent spot. It's right on the main street in Kermit. Now, what to say about the place is it's honestly not that impressive. The first time I ate there, I got me chicken parmesan when they first opened. No, I'm sorry. Not chicken parmesan. Fettuccine chicken alfredo the first time they were open. I got it. And it was really bland. Great portion size. I'm talking, they gave it to me in a motherfucking pie pan. Like, that's what I got to go. Came in a fucking pie pan to go. Like, it was a huge portion. But the whole thing was just bland, no flavor in the sauce, the pasta, or the chicken. Which is kind of disappointing. Now, cutting over to the atmosphere and a little bit away from the food for a minute. When you come into this restaurant, it's not a very big restaurant. And honestly, the atmosphere when I went was kind of dead. I want to go back and see how more packed it is during a more prime time hour. But they do got TVs up on the wall so you can enjoy some sports and a little bit of the here and there while you're there. Now, the waitress, honestly, there was only one waitress and she kind of ran the counter and the top at the front at the same time. So it was kind of weird to me. I did feel kind of isolated the whole time I was in there. But not too bad. Now, it's a beautiful inside. It's beautiful outside. Like I said, I wish I would have got pictures of the outside so you could have seen how hard it is to see. But overall, it's not a bad looking place. All right. Fucking my recorder here is being off. Now, I do want to say, from the time I went the first time to the time I went the second time is a very large gap. So I went back and I once again ordered the chicken alfredo, which you'll see here up on a minute on the screen, and ordered a shrimp scampi and calamari. Now, two different experiences that were in a very large amount of time. I think the place has gotten a little bit better, and I do plan on going back again and trying some of the other food on the menu. But I went in, ordered fettuccine chicken alfredo, shrimp scampi, and calamari all in one meal, which did cost me around $50. It's a very pricey fucking restaurant. I mean, like, they got beer. They do sell beer there, but I'm really glad I didn't drink anything there because it was pricey as a motherfucker. And whew, yeah, I think if they would lower the price just a little bit for the food you're getting, it would be a prime time place to go. Now, cutting back over to the food side of things. The calamari here, great presentation, obviously, as you can see. But there was one big problem for me when biting into my first bite of calamari. It was obviously frozen. And, well, my drunk ass, I like to watch Gordon Ramsay a lot. And it's easy to tell when something fucking frozen, it ain't as fucking good as it should be and ain't good as it can be. Now, biting into this, it was 1, rubbery, 2, bland, in the great words of Gordon Ramsay, because everything in his opinion is fucking bland. 3, 3, the only way, honestly, the only way it was edible is with the marinara sauce, which marinara sauce and calamari, honestly, you shouldn't be having together. I mean, but it made it edible, so I don't mind them putting that on my plate. Because the crust, like I said, had no flavor to it. I had to salt the shit out of it just to even get a salty flavor out of it. And, I said, I'd probably have to chew each bite about 15 to 20 times each individual calamari bite. Which, chewing something that many times is quite a bit, honestly, for something that should be an appetizer. Next, we move over to the fettuccine chicken alfredo, which I ordered again this time. Now, when I ordered this, I didn't have high hopes. I was expecting kind of the same thing as the first time I ate the motherfucker. Bland, and just not that great. But this time it was a little bit better. I will give it that. They had great presentation. Stopping in and eating, they had great presentation. I will give them that. The portion size is really good. Well, I'm a fat motherfucker if you don't know, and I love to eat. Portion size was great. Now, moving on from that, from comparing it to the first time to the second time, as a whole, it just fell short, kind of. The chicken didn't really have much flavor. I think the only really flavor that came from the chicken was the sauce on it. And the pasta, well, the pasta was cooked really nice. I will give that. The chicken, going back to the chicken, you can tell the chicken was frozen. Everything at this restaurant, you can tell, was just frozen. I mean, that was the telltale sign. Everything in this restaurant, nothing is fresh. Everything was frozen. Moving on to, I guess next, the highlight of the night, which this one really honestly did surprise me. Moving on to the shrimp scampi. Now, the shrimp scampi here, was the only thing that really saved me from giving this place like a 1 or a 2, was the shrimp scampi. The pasta on it had actually really good flavoring. The sauce, amazing flavoring. Again, good portion size too. Great portion size. Shrimp was a little undercooked, I would say, but had great flavoring. I can deal with a little bit of undercooked shrimp. I'd rather my shrimp be slightly undercooked than way overcooked, than falling apart and just shredding. I'm not a big fan of that in my shrimp, but like I said, overall the shrimp scampi dish, I mean, it made the night. Honestly, it saved them from a one or 2 star review. And, well, I didn't save them much. It saved them from just completely being a piece of shit restaurant that I'd never go back to, and I will go back and try some of their other dishes. So, there ain't really other much to say than that about the food. Just decent, I guess. Not terrible, but just fucking decent. So, other than not much to say about it and just being decent food, the atmosphere was okay. The place really did seem kind of empty and dead when I went, but I do feel like they get a lot more customers. I didn't really go to prime time. I went on about 3:30 or so, right after I'd gotten off work. Now, going back to one thing I said, way overpriced for what I got. Yes, I got good sized portions, but motherfucker, the food was not that great. The shrimp scampi was the only good thing that I had that night. And it was good, but it wasn't the best. I could go to Red Lobster and get better. I can go to, whatever else and get better. I can go to pretty much any Italian major food chain out there and get better. And that being said, don't travel to Kermit just to eat here. If you live in Kermit, yeah, I mean, you don't really have an option for Italian food besides this place if you want Italian food. But unless you just got money to throw away, don't waste your time. Overall, like I said, it saved it from getting a 1 or a 2 star rating from me, but not by much. It's only getting a 2.5. Honestly, the place is fucking pretty dog shit when it comes to Italian food. But being the only place in Kermit, I am going to go back and try it again, give it another chance. But as far as my official rating, 2.5 stars. Place ain't that great. Pretty dog shit. Go give it a try if you just fucking feel like it and got some money to throw away because it's expensive. But other than that, that's my drunken review on the place. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, put on those post notifications. And as always, stay drunk, y'all.